Yeah, I started to go to the full professional era back then, about around 2003. Actually, 2003 World Cup, maybe. Yeah, that was the Kamp Staaldraad World Cup, I think. That was the one. So maybe you're lucky you didn't go to that World Cup.
But now, let me, I wanted to touch on Kamp Staaldraad. So there was a lot of opinions around that. What that actually was. So Rudolph wanted to instill with the guys, if one guy does something, you're all going to do it. Otherwise, nobody does anything. And the guys went, and they had been running and carrying stuff on their backs, and they've been in and out of water, and they had their rugby shorts on. Now, on the short on the inside of there's that very thick seam, and the guys started chafing quite severely. So a couple of the players said, listen, Rudolph, can we take these shorts off? So he merely just said to them, okay, guys, if one of you take them off, you all take them off. And then obviously Peter de Villiers was there, obviously wanting to become the next coach. He filmed it and he sent it to the press, and the press got hold of it and positioned it that Rudolph Strauly was making a hut of everyone and trying to degrade them and belittle them and break them down. That was absolutely so far from the truth.
It was a massive thing back then. I remember. I was 12, but I still remember this, checking the photos, going, "What the hell's going on here?" These oaks are sitting next to each other in the back of a truck, naked, listening to the haka or something like that. I was like, "What is it? What are they doing?"
Listen, my bro, what doesn't break you makes you stronger.
Some of the faces on those there look like some of those guys were broken, but I mean, it's probably in his mind was more kind of towards there used to be I forget what the unit was called. It's almost like our special forces. I don't know if you've ever seen the videos of what you have to go through to join what are they called, man? But like if the president of the United States ever comes down, it's like it was a group of about 100 soldiers.
Like your
special task force.
Task force.
Yes. It's something like that as well. Then they start. You only get food. Like they have to go through. It's like 100 hours. Okay, obviously not that extreme, but they go through basically 100 hours. They take a piece of a train track with a cannonball on the one side, all of their gear, they hike back and forth, they don't sleep for 100 hours. And like I think on the 90th hour, all the sergeants or whatever are having a braai with chops, and then they give all 30 of them one chop to share, that kind of thing, But at the end of the day, the people have gone through that to make it. So when it's like anything that you have to go through to make it, you appreciate what you've gone through to actually get there. Especially something that hectic. So I think that's maybe what he was trying to do, was trying to get that camaraderie.
Just be careful of saying that now with the new millenniums, eh?
Oh, yeah?
The new millenniums, they get given stuff, bro.
Oh, that's true, yeah. They've got to still go through the fact of asking somebody for something,
So, the methodology behind sportsmen and getting into their heads is breaking them down to the bare nuts and bolts, and then breaking them up to see, so that they can see themselves and understand their own bodies when they know, okay, I'm functioning. This works for me. This doesn't work for me. I'm feeling good in this space. So it's all about breaking down and building up. And that's where the mental toughness comes from. Listen, and you have to really stand out in anything in life. Some components will be mental, some will just be disciplinary, some will be physical, but there is some component of breaking down, whatever that might look like.
Going past your limit.
Yeah. And then also understanding, like say, I know what works for me. I'm 51 now, but I know what works for me. Good routine works for me. Going to gym works for me. If I don't go to gym, I'm a monster. I don't socialize well. I don't play well with others. But once I know what my little barriers around me are that protect me, then I stay within those boundaries, and I function well, and I add value to people around me.